Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. I wanted to start on the daily time frame, ready here for the weekend, that everybody is on the same page. We are tracking an overall quite bullish structure on the Ethereum chart still on the daily time frame. And we're still dealing here with a 1-2-1-2-1-2 setup. Bullish support remains at 1678 on the daily time frame. I think that is comparable to Bitcoin's 35k level. So they are relevant support levels that will keep the current structure alive, which is here more directly bullish. We're not even close to 1678. I don't suggest we will ever get there, potentially, okay? But it's just support, okay? So it takes basically a break below that level to suggest that something different is going on. And overall, medium term, we should see the price rally to $3,500 and beyond. That is the next swing high, and also one of the targets for the next wave here to the upside. Okay, that actually could stretch a little higher, but overall we are still targeting sort of 10 to 12k, or actually 8 to 12k for the bull market. That can still change a little bit depending on how the subdivisions really are unfolding. Wanted to also take a look at the ETH BTC chart, because the ETH BTC chart shows some weakness. And if we break below support, I will seriously start to doubt if Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin in this cycle. I think it's important to keep an open mind, but we are looking at a potential where we had this correction to the downside here, obviously. First attempt of a reversal when ETH BTC hit the target level, the first one, at 0.04781 BTC. And ETH BTC did turn around, but now needs to hold support. Okay, so only if we can get ETH BTC to rally now above 0.0562 and a break above the descending trend line, we could be looking at the start of Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin. The problem is ETH BTC had already a couple of opportunities to do that, failed. And if we now break below that support at 0.05057, I start to doubt if Ether will outperform Bitcoin this cycle. Okay, I know a lot of people talk about ETH outperforming Bitcoin, and I also say that, yeah, but I'm also, because of exactly that, I'm tracking the ETH BTC chart, and at the moment, so far, we can only analyze what we see. At the moment, I cannot confirm it yet. So I'm going to continue to focus on the potential, but need to see some evidence to actually confirm it. Okay, that's the advantage of just following the charts. Until we see that confirmed reversal, it's just a potential. Just a potential, just a possibility, as really everything is a possibility, okay? So at the moment, the trend is still down, and or at least sideways. And I'm watching the 0.05057 level next. And if ETH BTC breaks below that, then yeah, I think we have to park that potential. It will then at least take longer, or maybe not happen at all this cycle. It would now take a break above that resistance area next at 0.05620 to suggest initially that ETH BTC is going up. You know, ETH is starting to outperform Bitcoin. Looking at ETH USD on the smaller time frame, it is following basically Bitcoin's trend today. So we've started to see a little bit of a pullback there. Yeah, obviously we have a short-term bullish and short-term bearish scenario, as already suggested yesterday. We have here the yellow count, which is short-term bullish. Wave 1 already finished on the 30th of January. Wave 2 already finished on the 1st of February. Wave 3 unfolding right now, maybe finished, but it hasn't reached my ideal target, which would have been 2,566, and finished just shy of the minimum target at 2,530. I mean, it reached 2,525. I would accept that because we might see a little bit of distortion between different exchanges, but it's only the minimum, so I don't fully trust the yellow count. Instead, I'm just simply following the support level. Support level hasn't changed since the last video, so it just means that I'm continuing to focus on the upside against the orange support, and the main level is 2,344. If we see a break below that level, it would suggest that something more bearish is going on. In that case, we would also, by the way, at the moment, I don't think this is impulsive, so it might be a diagonal pattern that's unfolding here. We could get an overlap between wave 1 and 4 there, but not needed. And typical support for a wave 4 around the 38.2 Fib level, 2411, maybe even 2378. And yeah, the important one is at 2344. If that level breaks, I have to assume that the white count is playing out, which is a B wave top, which is what I have shown actually on the daily chart. I was going to say that just because I have that potential on here, that's not necessarily what I expect, okay? But it would actually look quite good with this ABC structure. No, what I really am watching for, I'm watching for higher prices against the micro support. It's very simple and should be a very simple analysis. It's always good when we have one clear level to watch. So yes, I'm watching now for a short-term pullback, but it's really that 2344 level that will, for me, distinguish between the yellow count and the white count. Above support, the yellow one is in control. Below that, the white count, and the break below support would likely send us back into the green support zone. Ultimately, then the price would be expected to break below the 23rd of January low at around 2160. So we expect further higher prices above support, above the pivot, and we expect lower prices below. It's just that for the yellow count to be complete, one more high would be needed. So it's not like that we have a complete count. We have a complete 3-wave count, okay, corrective structure, but there's no way of saying if it is corrective or if we get a 5-wave impulse or diagonal until I have those 5 waves. And when I have the 5 waves, well, that's the thing. Then this would be our signal that we can add another support zone onto the chart, like another trend reversal area for a so-called 1-2 setup, which could be the jump off point for that 3rd wave rally to the upside. That's my update about Ethereum. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.